planet. Fire. Blazer. Fire blazer. Fire blazer. Hey guys. Hey guys, sup, bro? We playing some moere empires. This game's addicting. Now what the hell are we gonna be playing? Well, we're playing in the. I'm gonna play in Central. Now we already played in the Caribbean. We played it in Central. We played in the Appalachians. But we're doing the Mediterranean. And of course, all we have to do is just take the badge origin, find religion, and thus I really do not care. Your power is gonna be down to your 8 intensity. I'm gonna put it into 11. 8, sorry. 32. Okay, I think that's a pretty good length. I hope you guys agree. I mean, okay, now let's start. Okay, so we're gonna be starting here in Rome. I think that would probably be a really good place to start if I zoom out real quick. Real quick, guys. Just gotta hold on, guys. Gotta just. But now this is connected. So I guess we see like a Rome position start. I'm gonna, if you look like, let me zoom out. That's the map. So I guess we see like a Rome civilization. That's here, Rome, right? This is where Rome is, and we're just gonna start to explore down the coast. And maybe they even discover this island, but they also are gonna focus in on this. We're gonna start bulging around this river, and I don't really know what they are. So they are mountaineers, so we're gonna expand them to here. Faith and none, they are expansionist and mountaineer. So we're gonna immediately expand, and we're gonna make them a lot more inland because they like the mountains. And now we of course have to, there are expansionists. They get a small split, so I guess a very small yellow country will rise up, and that's the country. I think Rome's right here, so I think we're gonna give them capitals. So I think this is where Rome is. Rome. And we can just call this. Rome definitely has a lot of major cities, so we're just gonna. I think there should be like one on this river, and then we're just gonna call it. We're gonna be calling it Execute Order Section. Okay. So now let's actually select Alexander. Actually, that's kind of interesting. A new nation, and we're gonna be going over here. We're gonna be going all the way over here to this area. It's sort of like I mean, what is this called again? I forget what this street is called. It's like a new country right here, and they're going to, and they begin to expand. And going back on over to this area, we're going to be selecting the yellow country because we've done everything. We see like a blue sort of country, and it's going to be starting. I think we're going to be going over here to there's like Carthage. I think we're going to make a Carthage country. I think that's a good idea. Like, yeah, Carthage. Oh my god, well, I can't even move this. Carthage. Actually, we're gonna be like a Sicily country. That's what let's make a Sicily country. So a new like a Sicily country will rise up, and this is like they are mostly in the Sicilian. They're obviously in Sicily, but we also see a bit of inland expanding. They are flatlanders, which means they're probably gonna start expanding in the Sahara. We're gonna select them once more. They're gonna get a medium expand. So I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna explore all of this. The rest of and then even start to make now selecting this little yellow country. These guys aren't even doing anything finally, and they get a small expand. So this country though really scared to invade the Roman country.
Stop, fucker.
Dad, why did you curse? Make a video. Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'll have to restart.
I didn't mean to say that word. I apologize.
Yeah.
I thought you were in bed last night.
1 a.m.
Oh my goodness. Ow! The freak, man!
Okay, now we're gonna be. But they are gonna make an invasion to them. However, that's not gonna do that well. If you see them now starting to stand, now selecting the Roman country, they will change this and then nothing else. I'm neutral. An invasion is held, and the real countries about a country is almost like. Now selecting Istanbul. Rejecting our resources, such as the nation. Oh, great. Let's make a Crimean nation. I think I like that idea. So we're gonna make like a pink Crimean country. So we see like a pink Crimean country, I guess. And they're right here, and they're a pink Crimean country. And immediately they're of course gonna have to be selected, and we see they will now get a new leader. That doesn't really matter. Also, these guys, since they're big enough to have a capital city, so we're just gonna call it Crimea. It's not how you spell it, but I don't really care. So they're isolationists and they're flatlanders, perfect for them. Now let's select Sicily, be all of Sicily. So they get a split. Yeah, it's not really nice. Just go with like a brown color. And this part's actually going to be in the northern parts because they're really focused on this part because the mountaineers. They're really focused down here, so we see like a rebellion. And it starts to really get out of hand. All these islands start falling over to the rebellion. They do fall to that little fortune. But these countries probably have capitals, so we're gonna give this. We're gonna name this West Sicily. That's how you spell it, but I don't care. I'm gonna have this capital is gonna be right here. I'm gonna give East Sicily. That's how you spell it, but screw you. Now, so I'm gonna get a medium expand. So the rebellion, a border is finally gonna be drawn up, which will be looking something like that. Now these guys are focused on the continent, so these guys are focused on Africa. So they now start to march up. They're really starting to march. Like, they're getting pretty good at it. Now we're gonna go up here to the Roman country. These guys are not doing anything. And what do they get? Well, they get a split. Yes, the strongest country in the world. Let's zoom in on this beautiful water map. Very beautiful. They're gonna get a split, and we're gonna make this like a seafoam green sort of color. So we're gonna make it like here. And this split, actually, interestingly enough, is taking place in the king. The king is over here in the Roman. Now the king is over here in Rome. They're chilling, and he's having a vacation, and he actually gets shot. Really, a big rebellion is not going to take place, and it it's pretty bad. And that's the rebellion. Attacking them once more, and they get a small split again. The fall of the Romans. The Romans are now in a collapsing state. Could they stop, or they get a small expand? They are now pushed against these rebellions as the Roman Civil War has now begun. Going on over here to the Crimea, to Istanbul. There's gonna be new nations. So I think I'm gonna make a sort of, I forget what this area is. Make like a color. Let me just find the color. Okay, public color. I forget what this. I guess like a Nile country sort of, and it's like Egyptian. So we should now start to follow the Nile River. And selecting them, they are so they're gonna explore the rest. They are. So they're pretty interesting. I wonder what they are. They're tolerant and Mountaineers, so that's kind of unfortunate for them. Now selecting the Crimean country, these guys have been not doing that much. They are isolationists, and they are very small. So what they're getting is a large expand. I thought they were isolationists. Huh. So, they start continuing. The Crimean country is getting. Now, the king kind of wants to control the Black Sea, however, they have competition. So, I guess that's basically all Crimea. Now, going back on over to the Sicily, going back on over to the Civil War. Selecting this country over here, they are expansionists, of course, and they get a split. The war is getting a little intense. This area over here splits away. However, now has a chance. A large expand. Then I will completely eradicate this rebellion. And now they even start to eradicate a lot more of the rebellions. The rebellion has lost, and Rome survives. And there's a lot of lost countries. So now selecting over here to East Sicily, these guys have not been doing that much, and they get a split. Chill with the splits. So I guess we see like a southern rebellion, and this is like a very small rebellion. Now going over here, we got the Nile country. These guys are pretty weak. Oh really? They get a small expand, and they're gonna continue to follow these rivers. What the economy? But of course they're probably gonna have a capital. I'm okay. Color. Yeah, we're gonna get color. I think this country might actually have a capital, so we're just gonna give them a capital. Give them a capital. It's gonna be Istanbul. That's how you spell it, but I don't really care. So we have Istanbul. So all the countries in the world now have capitals. Interesting. Union, and who the hell are they uniting with? Well, they're uniting with this country. So this union kind of is gonna threaten a lot of countries, such as East Sicily. This like new country. They don't have a capital yet. This like Italian peninsula. I think this would be like the thumbnail. Now selecting the Roman. Now we're gonna be actually selecting East Sicily, and they get a big expanse. So this rebellion over here is eradicated from existence. And they now start to make a very little nudge into this area. Have they realized, like, yo, we cannot fight that? That's literally impossible. Finally, they get to some mountains. Now, Istanbul. I love Istanbul. First listeners, so we see they get a medium expand. Now, I think what they want to do is they kind of want them to, like, wrap around this. They want to, like, wrap around, so we're going to start to see them get, like, these territories, and then... Now, going over here, we got Crimea, the Crimean... I'll keep that. I was shorting the Crimean Empire, and... Look at this small expanse. So, we're finally going to see them explore, claim all of Crimea. And they start to go into, like, parts of Ukraine. I'm not going to talk about who owns Crimea. I'm not going to get political. I'm guilty of politics, but I ain't going to do it on this. Well, this is literally a mapping video. What the fuck? So, yay, we're back to Rome. The Roman Empire expands, and they get a new nutrient. So, they finally are going to, now on the coast of the Adriatic Sea. That's kind of good for them. They're not getting... Like, they're turning into like a Roman sort. They're turning into an empire. Now we go down, and then we go west, and then we go down. And we get to Hill Dwelling. Okay, they have a medium. They finally get all of Malta. I need to start to make a landing. I kind of wanted to make a Carthaginian country, but like I couldn't like do it. Let me check. Let me look at here. Okay, now we're gonna be going over here to the. We're gonna go over here to Caro. This country, I love this. This country's interesting. Oh shoot! Skippity doo. Just gonna select that nation, and we're just gonna. Oh no! Yikes! I guess we're gonna like make like a very like weird country. Just come on. Small fund. Yes, that's all we need. Now they beat the rebellion, and I don't know what happened over there. They still have ink. Up here we go. Up here we go. Over to Istanbul we are going. Split. Okay. The Greek areas of Istanbul rebel away, and they are like just unhappy with the government. The Istanbul country is really focusing on this area, so, and they even now split half of this area. Good fun. So we're gonna like, so now Istanbul is a city, said. So I guess this is the capital of this country and the capital of this country. Yeah, it's confusing, okay? But the leader of this country is actually having a meeting. And the meeting is in Crimea. Speaking of Crimea, they are still isolationists, and they get a large... They are not isolationists, bro. This is like... So they now start to wrap around the Mongolian areas. They're starting to get pretty deep inland. Not crossing into parts of Russia. I think this is the Crimean Sea, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is the Crimean Sea, and then this is the Black Sea, and then we have the Mediterranean. Why does the Mediterranean connect up so many seas? What's your map on this beautiful world map? Really beautiful. I think I'm gonna make like a Spanish country if we do get a new nation, and we're going to. I guess you are selecting. Baby bot, chilies, barbecue sauce, chicken ribs. We're starting East Sicily. A lot to expand. It's over. Billions upon billions upon billions. And by this time, the king is kind of starting to get very happy with the lane games. But this tensions are heavily rising between this East-Sicilian Empire and the New Union. But we actually see this country over here is actually going to be, if I can build it, we're going to be getting it. I guess we're just going to be calling it E, and then we're just going to hit. So we're going to hit copy, Control C, Control V, 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 V. 2.14159. This is pi followed by 266. Comments over that. I'm just gonna give welcome to Brazil. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, but the Romans are gonna get a little bit upset. They're getting a little scared. So what did they do? They put a castle. They're gonna put a fort, and it's gonna be called Fort Fire, and called Fort. Yeah, we're just gonna call it Fort. We can also turn off the names if you want to. Like I can like turn it off. Like I want to hide the names, but now the war is about to take place, and this new leader is a conqueror. The second Roman Civil War has begun. It will several people in the Adriatic coast want to rebel. These guys really do not these guys are conquering, but that's pretty long. They're really only focusing on that and also this. If you're wondering how this country with these rebellions now meet up, and then it just is like we just lost access to the Adriatic coast. Yup, that's not an issue. But these guys actually have a capital, so we're gonna give them a capital, and we're just gonna be calling it HV. So this country's goal is to control all of the Adriatic. I don't know how that's gonna go, but we go back on over to Greece, and they're gonna be getting a large expand. Confirm. And guess who's about to destroy this country? Okay. Diverse in the Nagadia. Zolius. I don't know what Zolius means. It's a conflict. I don't care what it's a conflict. So finally, Istanbul's back, but this time under the Greek rule. Pretty interesting. Now we're gonna continue to expand, and they're gonna meet up right here. Crimea, the Crimean Empire. We go to the Crimean Empire. Guys, come on, Kyle, to go.
Buddy's here.
Shit, I know.
I want to see Buddy. Okay, come on.
Miles, only for a second.
Buddy's here.
Don't touch it. Oh, come on. Okay. 1 minute, just one more minute. Should just boom. We're finally gonna do our last turn, and what better to do for the last turn? This is our last turn. We're just gonna take that. I'm just gonna get a small expand. Okay, we are done. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed the video. So like and subscribe. Peace, justice, democracy. May the force